Good morning, everyone. My name is Ziggy, back again, finally, with another episode of First Coast Storm Tracking. The weather's been oddly calm for spring in Florida for the past, month. Through most of March, it barely rained, and when it did, it wasn't very intense. There weren't many storms. But now, in mid-April, we finally have a slight risk for today. So I think this might be one of the first actually more than marginal risks we've had in Florida for this time of the year, so that's exciting. It's rare that we see towards the higher end of the spectrum in terms of risk outlooks. Usually enhanced is the highest we'll go, though I have seen high risk down here before and a couple moderates. But yeah, so first possible instance of severe weather for the spring season. It's 6:16 a.m. It's just starting to rain outside, as you can see, some scattered showers over the peninsula right now. This cluster actually has been growing over time. I don't know if it will end up maybe making it to land eventually, but it's there. So yeah. Pretty early. I'm assuming I won't be doing too much recording. Although I do, ever since the last video, I have a camera now. So hopefully I'll be able to get some cool videos and pictures for you guys. So yeah, here's to hopefully a successful day storm chasing. Hello again, it's been a little over an hour, it's 7:32, and as you can see, you have a more direct line of storms actually forming in eastern Duval, east of Jacksonville, along the beaches right now. Seemingly it looks like some of these storms are pulling energy almost from out from the ocean. If you can see here, this line starts to intensify once this connection is made, which is very interesting to see. I'd have to ask if that's an actual meteorological phenomena. But yeah, no lightning really, but we will have to talk about what's going on over in the Panhandle right now. It's a little bit outside of the area I'm going to cover today, but the weather will be coming our way later, so it's important to see. While not much is really going on in our area right now, over in the Panhandle, there is a tornado watch until 1 p.m. this afternoon. You can see there's a severe thunderstorm warning, multiple severe weather statements, special marine warnings. So already you see in the screenshot, it's only 7:25 in the morning. Looks like it could be a very active day today. Hello, it's just a little past 8 and popping in real quick for an update. I just came back to GR2 to see that the special marine warning has been issued. And here's the regular radar scan. You can see it looks like there's a bit of a, it's starting to curve a bit, especially if we go back as this develops. See that spin there? It looks like it's starting to wrap. Well, you can see stronger areas of wind, it looks like, are pulling into it, and then the red is going around it. So it looks like it's rotating, right? Right here, you can see the winds coming in from the south, pulling in. It's not a super intense signature, but I'm guessing that's why the special marine warning was issued. Because, you can see it actually looks like, look at this, a wide swath, and then it really intensifies here. Very interesting. I've been keeping an eye on the storm off the coast of Jacksonville, and you can definitely see there's something going on with it. Even just on the regular precipitation, it's very organized, it's very well together. Very indicative of the atmosphere rotating today, and this is why they put the threat. There's, at the very least, a slight risk for tornadoes today. And as you can see, it almost looks like you could see a couplet forming here. You can see that the wind is rushing away from the radar on both sides, and there's something in the middle where they connect. So there might actually be a possible waterspout off the coast right now. Alright, I am back. It is just about 9:15 now, and the storm that was over the Atlantic waters off the coast of Jacksonville is now just about to make landfall near Fernandina Beach, and it is coming with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, apparently. It's a severe thunderstorm warning. It's on the northeastern side of Duval County up into Nassau, and I don't know the name of it, but the extreme southeastern county of Georgia that is north of Nassau. And even in the alert, it still says remain alert for possible tornado. So as we go and look at the velocity earlier I was talking about how you could see rotation, and it's definitely like back here it looked more like a formal rotation, but as it started to approach the coast, you could see that the winds start to just expand outwards. So it's less of a central focus and more of just the general, more like a straight line wind damage thing now, probably. So while a tornado could still form, it's probably less likely now, especially after it gets onto land and starts losing that warm ocean water to help keep it fueled. So we'll just have to see what happens as it makes landfall. Here's a scan of radar scope that covers the rotating storm in the Atlantic, and it shows the wind gust much better. But as you can see, there's not a lot of lightning with it, but that new storm approaching to the south does have it. It seems like a lot of the intense storms right now, here you can see on this map, are overseas right now. The initial forecast today initially called for these storms to form during the late afternoon hours, which I'm sure we will still see, but even just this early in the morning, only near 10 a.m., we're already starting to see rotating supercells coming ashore. The Storm Prediction Center is starting to have more confidence in this coastal low producing more significant weather, as there's now an enhanced, and it's mostly pertained to southwestern Georgia, but there is at least a 10% chance of tornadoes in that area. Alright, it's about 3 p.m. It's been quite a few hours since there's been any activity, but I actually just woke up, and right now there are starting to be some storms that are across a good chunk of the Florida Peninsula. What is it? Clay, Marion, Putnam County, up into Duval, Baker. Some storms are starting to form, and you can see that it looks like the sea breeze is starting to come in for the day, so these thunderstorms may begin to intensify over the next 30 minutes to an hour. As you might be able to hear the thunders in the background, we have a pretty hardy looking storm in Clay County starting to move through. Decent on the lightning. We'll have to keep keep a close eye on it and keep track of it as it interacts with the sea breeze, which could help provide some lift and intensify it a little more. But we'll just have to see over the next 20-30 minutes. So as I was saying in the last scan, as the storm has started to interact with the East Coast sea breeze, it has already become severe warmed. There's a lot more lightning, and the risk seems to be mainly for strong damaging winds. Unfortunately, I'm on the side of this storm that's away from most of the heavy rainfall, so I probably won't be able to see all that much from here. But this is just a sign that already the first major storm of the day popping in our area, very rapid intensification, and that usually when the daytime heating and the sea breeze are taken into account in Florida, that these types of storms can usually bubble up very quickly. All of this weather is being caused by a low pressure system out in Mississippi and Alabama, which is just winding these storms up, as you can see here, and the sea breeze really helped boost that one storm. Now, most of the danger is up towards Georgia in the enhanced risk area. That's where most of the tornado risk is. But really, any storm that pops today has a decent risk of producing some type of severe weather, such as straight line wind damage. So, at about 4 o'clock, the storm that was severe warned has weakened below severe limits, but as you can see, one storm up approaching St. Augustine got a special marine warning on it, and up near the KJAX radar site north of Jacksonville, you could see a pretty heavy curving band of storms. So, while none are severe warned at the moment, definitely heavy downpours. Anyone driving through that, it would definitely be a rough drive to get through there. We'll have to see if there's going to be a second round of storms. There's a couple of popcorn showers to the west. I don't really know how long those will last, but we'll have to see. Even well into the evening hours, it remained active. There was this severe thunderstorm warning up towards Duval, but then we started to notice that a little bit closer to home, we were starting to see more storms pop up, and we decided that maybe we should try and get a bit closer and take a look. So we looked around, weighed our options, and we decided that a local marina would be the best place to try and get footage of this storm. So we took the driving down to the marina. And when we finally got down to the marina, we were greeted by two very different pictures. On one side, a huge storm, and on the other side, a beautiful sunset. Pretty indicative of Florida's weather. So once everything was in place, we got the camera set up, I started taking some pictures and got ready to record video. And overall, for our first chase, while we didn't get too much, it was definitely, there were some sights to see. Unfortunately, while I did record lightning video, it didn't really come up too well on this camera. I might have to get a higher quality camera to actually do like lightning time lapse. But it worked well enough to get the time lapse on the storms, and you really get to see the development and like the collapse of these storms. It's very interesting, and I hope these videos provide some insight into how thunderstorms work. Huh? Yeah.
You want to set it up?
That's fine.
We're really gonna have to do this more during the summertime when the weather's a bit more active. Because like even on slight risk day. Oh no, there was lightning. There it was. Cool. I capped. There was lightning. Okay. The kid over there, he was looking my way, and when I turned it, so he like crouched down. I was gonna say, I would love to get a storm like this in the summertime because like when the lightning is really active, but we would actually be far enough away to like view it safely and record it safely.
Yeah.
I hope lightning doesn't strike when I do this, but look above us. And then look how the rain towards the left of the shaft is starting to come in now. I'm gonna do some zooming on this part just for that. Wow, look at that leading edge. Look at the leading edge of it. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? It might be. I wonder if that's like the rainfall getting heavier. It might be. I'm gonna do some zoom on for this part. It's starting to get misty out on the water. Yeah. Yeah, again, not a lot of lightning with this one, but yeah, definitely.
We're not closest to end up getting.
Huh?
We're not closest to end up getting here.
Great question. Yep. Okay. So the storm, like the little scud in front of it's like basically gone, which is good. So we should be able to have a relatively. It's about. Yeah, definitely. It's about 6 miles away right now. It will probably get within like. It probably won't get within 5, I would say. Awesome.
So, what was supposed to be a relatively calm and not super active day actually ended up being a pretty active weather day on the first coast and even up in Georgia. It was fun getting to cover it really all the way from the early morning with the possible water spout all the way to the end of the day, with going down to the marina to chase storms. This was my first time really like going out of my way to go pursue storms and chase them. And even though we were far away, and we didn't really get to see all that much, it was a lot of fun still. And this is something I will definitely continue doing into the summertime as storms get more active. This was a lot of fun. I have a ton of video now I could just use as background footage and stuff like that. So overall, I'd say this was a very successful project, and I can't wait until the opportunity comes around to do more. Hopefully, I won't be waiting an entire month like I did last time because the weather was so calm. But until next time, I hope you all stay safe. I'll see you. Until then, remember to stay weather aware no matter where in the country you live.